from Minecraft to Core Keeper. A lot of games have their own system of world generation. And some of you may have not noticed it, but Stardew Valley has its own as well. It's a bit hidden away in the advanced options menu at the bottom when you create a new farm. And you can just input random world seeds which give you different outcomes. Today I'll be doing an updated Stardew Valley world seed video where we'll cover 6 world seeds that work in the 1.6 update. This is mainly because with the new randomization added in the 1.6 update, most of the world seeds from before somehow didn't work in the new one. Just a quick heads up though, these codes are for PC only. For consoles, the codes are quite different and I haven't tried those, so I can't tell you if they work or not. The world seeds basically make the gameplay much easier for you, if you know what's in that seed. Not everyone uses them since they just want to have fun, but it doesn't hurt to experiment with some of these codes in a, let's say, future playthrough, so you break down the monotony of restarting from scratch. Some of them offer day 1 ancient seeds, multiple fairy visits and even meteors, but there are some that just make it rain for prolonged periods of time, which is quite helpful at the start for a new playthrough. So without any further ado, these are the world seeds that work in the 1.6 update, that I know of. There are lots more as well. The first world seed that we have is quite an interesting one, and that is the fairy visits your farm 3 times in the spring season. This is really unique and quite helpful at the start, but sadly it's only before we get the strawberries. By using this world seed we get the fairy to visit our farm on the 5th, the 9th and the 11th of spring. The visits are next to each other, but you have enough time to get your needed seeds and just plant them on the farm. You can do this 3 times in the spring season, getting instant crops that sell for a lot, and after the 11th you can just use all of the cash you got and get a huge amount of strawberries. So that's why I think this is a really amazing seed. The next one that we have is also quite interesting and unique, and that is getting a day 1 ancient seed as well as a fairy visit on the 11th. So in the last video that I made about the world seeds, there was a day 1 ancient seed next to Linus's tent, and this one is found below Robin's house. Now for some of the world seeds, I noticed that it won't work every time. Basically, you need to remake the world a couple of times in order to get the artifact spot to spawn below Robin's house. When I was making the video, I mistakenly created the same world seed twice, and on the second time I got the ancient seed to spawn, and afterwards I tried it out a couple of times as well, but it varied, so sometimes it would spawn and sometimes it would not. So for anyone using this, just remake the world a couple of times if the seed hasn't spawned there. For the fairy visit that I mentioned, it's always on the 11th of spring, and it's not connected to the artifact spot not spawning, so you can get a nice crop boost on that day. As a bonus for this world seed, you also get a day 1 huge load of forageable items that are spread around Pelican Town. You can get a bunch of leeks, horseradishes and even daffodils, and on the beach that day you can also get the fan artifact. The third world seed that I have also has an ancient seed day 1, and that is found next to the big tree towards the blocked off path to the train station. The same method applies to this one as well, since I tried it out a bunch of times and the artifact spot spawned rarely, so if you're lucky enough you will get it on the first try. Sadly, this seed doesn't have anything else for its first season, and it's only good for the ancient seed. The next one that I have is also about the fairy, and this time you get 2 visits at the start of the spring season. This one is good because it's on day 4 and day 13, where you can just get some nice instant crops on the first visit and then save up enough gold for the egg festival, where you can buy a lot of strawberry seeds, which you can instantly boost with the second visit of the fairy. This is quite a nice seed for that, and I really like it, and I have used it on 1 playthrough I think, so give it a try. The 5th world seed that I have is yet again a fairy one, but I don't like it because of the fairy. I like this seed a lot since it offers you 9 days of rain in the spring season. This is an enormous boost for you since you have a lot of energy that you would have used instead for watering, you can use it for something else like fishing or mining. You can see the calendar on screen, which the third day is always rainy, but followed by the 7th, the 10th, the 12th, 14th, 15th, 16th, here we have 3 consecutive days, the 21st and the 27th, where you can focus your energy on a lot of other things like going full ham on catfish and just smoking them all. As I also mentioned, this seed also has a fairy visit, but that is on the 21st, so that's a long way into the spring season to make that huge of a difference, but it's still something. I really love this seed for the rain, and I think a lot of you would love it too. And for the last seed that I have is for the community center completion. This seed works best with the first year completion checked, so you can get the red cabbage seeds. But if you think you'll be able to get lucky and get those from the serpents in the Skull Caverns, then you can risk it since it doesn't appear in the merchant stall without it. This seed gives you the following items at the traveling merchant, which will help you in completing the community center. I will cover the spring season since this is where you can get most of the items. They go as follows. Day 5 you can get a periwinkle, cherry and truffle oil, which is a bit expensive at the start. The 7th has a ghost fish and iron bar. The 12th has a large goat milk, green bean, eel and duck feather, so this is a really important day. Day 14 again truffle oil, common mushroom and winter root. For the 19th we have goat cheese, and the 21st we have regular cheese, lobster and an oyster. On the 28th you can get an apricot, and with that we end the spring season, which will give you an amazing boost in completing the community center. Afterwards just visit the traveling merchant from time to time, because most of the other items you can get by playing. And the red cabbage seeds will turn out eventually if you tick the year 1 completable, if not, start hunting for serpents. So those were the world seeds that I know of, and I've used some of them on my playthroughs. Some people like using them, and I hope this video helps you out in choosing the perfect new start for that brand new Stardew Valley farm. Let me know which one of these do you like the best, and have you used some in your own playthroughs. If you liked what you saw, please consider leaving a like, and feel free to subscribe to the channel so you get notified of my future updates. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all in my next one, but till then, stay safe!